What's up, everyone? Dan back here with another figure, another DC McFarlane figure, and this one is Deathstroke, based off of the DC Rebirth look. Um, and yeah, so I have some thoughts on this figure. I'm going to kind of run through briefly. Is basically the reason why I want this figure or want a Deathstroke figure is because I want to build a Batman Rogues gallery, which I think a lot of people want to do. I actually already have one with all the Arkham figures. But a lot of those figures are breaking on me every time they fall off my shelf. It's catastrophic, and a head falls off, an arm falls off, and it's getting annoying. And I really just want to build another one because now that McFarlane is making figures, I can potentially get characters that I didn't get in the Arkham games. Which, for example, I have Bloom. That's what I think of right now. Clock King, technically, he's fought Batman once or twice. But anyway, so I wanted Deathstroke for that collection. I was kind of torn on this one, or if I wanted to get the older one. And the older one is actually basically the same exact thing. I don't think he comes with a unmasked head like this one does right here. And the only difference is you can see how blue this guy is. The older one is black, which I guess after seeing it, I would have maybe preferred the black one. But to be honest, I don't like this one too much, if I'm being honest. Now, I was really looking to try and get the variant, or the chase as they call them. And you can kind of see, I mean, when I open the figure, I'll show more. But the chase has like this lighter, more metallic-y kind of blue and like orange lines going through. You can see the lines on him there, and all those lines are orange. And I really wanted to get that version of the figure, but I couldn't find it. I was actually going to hold off on this figure, but I put this figure in, I bought this on Big Bad Toy Store. Shout out to them. But normally my stuff gets put to my pile of loot. For whatever reason, this got shipped. And I'm like, this is literally the one figure that I was like, I will leave it in my pile of loot and potentially cancel if I get the variant, even though I couldn't find the variant. But I think it's way better. I just don't love this look of Deathstroke. I would have preferred something more akin to the Arkham Origins version of the character, which the variant looks more like. And I think I would have been a little bit happy with that figure. Where with this figure, I may still be looking for a replacement. And this is now our second or even third, because they did release an Arkham Origins version of the figure. But I kind of don't want the exact version of that in my collection for my Rogues gallery. So I'm going to get another one. I might have to really find that chase one to get it. But anyway, I'm looking forward to this figure. I'm ready to open it up and take a look at it. Let's do that. Here he is, everyone. Deathstroke out of the packaging. Miraculously, because look at this packaging right here. All of the little cuts and stuff I had to make just to get him out of there. Like, look at this. Crazy. Put him in a cardboard box, McFarlane. God, why is he different? Anyway, here he is. Comes with some accessories too, which I'm going to show off in a sec. First thing I'll show off though is his card right here. I really like this idea of them come with cards. Like, imagine if Marvel Legends came with these. That'd be cool, but anyway. There he is, Slade Wilson. And another thing, which is, I guess, in this line, is he comes with a comic book. Really cool. And something that's actually really cool about this comic, let's get you further out there, is this is an actual comic book. Usually when you see figures that come with comic books, it's like either a reprint of a really old issue or kind of like something that like a fourth grader wrote and drew and thrown in the packaging. This is actually Deathstroke issue 1 from the DC Rebirth. It is not void, but limited on all of its advertising, which I think they did that in the Rebirth line when it came out, because they're releasing these every 2 weeks at the start versus once a month. Look at the, okay. I look at this picture, like, that's a pretty sick picture. Why doesn't the figure look like that? Kind of lame. Anyway, let's get into the figure too, because I want to show him off and kind of tell you some of my gripes with him. Let's zoom in there for you. So here's the figure. And then here's his sword. Now my sword is a little bent. I spent some time fixing it. It's still not perfect, but better than it was. And then so is this sword, a little hook sword. A little bent. Not terrible, though. I will say it's weird because I think if you are a fan of swords and sword stuff, you know that these swords usually come in a pair, you know? So if you're a fan of sword or fan of Deadliest Warrior, great show that came out over a decade ago, or Avatar: The Last Airbender, you know these come with two as a pair. This one comes with one because usually you hook them onto each other and you swing them around like nunchucks. And then here's his staff, which when playing around with it, I figured out was really hard to get him to hold in his hands just because he won't grab onto it. And the last thing is his head. This is unmasked. This is Slade Wilson head. He looks pretty good. Nice color and sculpt in the hair, like that. Here's his eye patch. Super, super cool. Yeah. And then here's Deathstroke. Now, something you do get with this figure is these nice like lines and stuff everywhere. Talked about it before, how I didn't love the design of this figure. When I pictured Deathstroke, I pictured him a little more armored up. This kind of looks like he's just wearing like an Under Armour t-shirt underneath another Under Armour t-shirt. I don't dislike the design. It's just not the design I really like. That's why I like the variant of it. If you guys take a look at it, it's not a lot different, but like all these lines in here are painted orange, while the blue is like a lighter blue, more akin to the Arkham Origins version. But I still like the design, and the fact that you get all this like sculpting and stuff is really cool. Like all the pouches on his belt. There, take a look at his butt. I saw this, and I was like, "Is that another knife?" And when I say another, and you're like, "What do you mean another?" He has a pouch here for a knife, but doesn't come with a knife. Kinda lame. Not kinda, is lame actually. And here's his feet. Nice detail of feet. We'll say DC McFarlane, they are very good with like these sculpts and stuff. They're very intricate when they don't, I guess, necessarily need to be. Like, I feel like it's Marvel Legends, they don't have stuff like this. At least not always. We're not used to. Yeah, I like this. It's a good figure. It's just maybe the colors are too bright for me, and the design itself isn't great. I don't know what it is. I'm posing him around. Take a look at my figure. He looks fine like this, standing. But I don't know, like when I try and get him in some like dynamic poses and stuff, it's like the knee is like pointed outward more, so it just kind of feels like it seems he's a little more bow-legged. But let's take a look at the articulation. So here's the head. It does go up pretty far and down pretty far. Like most McFarlane figures, I doubt he'll have much of an ab crunch. He does not. Goes back a little bit. Get these butterfly joints here. So we'll just go up and down and they rotate. Yeah, that swivel there. Double jointed elbow. Can't get both joints moving. That's okay. And then some hand movement here. Turns and hinges. Nice. With legs, we go up that far. But you see, they kind of move out more. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. His knees just seem to be out further. They bend outward. I don't know. Like I don't know if it's picking it up on camera, but the way I'm looking at it, it looks a little weird. And there's the ankle. Obviously, you can turn the ankle, and he's got his toe pivot or toe joint. Nice, gotta love that. And that's everything. Another thing I wanted to show off is here you can put his sword in here, which is nice. I kind of wish it would hold in a little bit better. Like they could have just made this a slot instead of like this little pin. Like you can easily see this falling out. Yeah, just like that. You know, give him a little shake. Like when he falls off my display, the sword will pop out and go flying across the room, never to be found again. But yeah, super dope figure. And once again, as always, this guy should be on Instagram by the time this video comes out. You can see all the pictures of him there. I'll make a little unboxing video as well. And yeah, let me pose him up and give you my final thoughts. Here he is in the flesh. Let's just throw his little noggin right down there. Here he is, guys. Looking good. Like I said, you know, this isn't the Deathstroke I wanted. But if you look at the design and you like it, this is actually a really good figure. Comes from good accessories and everything. The only thing I think I would also say he should have gotten is a gun. You know, he comes with 2 swords. I know they are very different swords, but maybe take away one of the swords, give us like a handgun and the knife to put in his boot there. I'll be a lot more happy with this figure. But yeah, I'm not like unhappy with it. It's just, like I said, not what I would have wanted out of my Deathstroke figure, and I'll still be looking for a different one in my Batman Rogues gallery. I'm about to take a bunch of pictures of this guy and throw them up on my Instagram. Thank you for watching, guys. Go follow me on all my social medias. Links are in the description and on my bio on my YouTube channel. Subscribe. I love it. I've been really loving making this channel and bringing this stuff to you. And I appreciate all the support I've gotten. Still a very small channel, but I really appreciate all you guys' support. So anyway, guys, peace out. Like, subscribe. Love you.